Hello, 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 and happy Thursday. It's time to celebrate some gratitude. Come on in with the family. Thank you, Andrea Gregg, for sharing. Good morning, Kathy Hand. I bet you're on your way to work. Welcome in, everyone. I thought I had a Thankful Thursday one, but I don't, so we will just say, give me one thing you're grateful for. And put that in the comments. I would love to hear some gratitude this morning and see what everybody has to share. So as you're sharing it out to others, just figure out what it is that you're grateful for. What and who are you grateful for? It could be a place, an animal, a person, of course. I'm grateful for all of you. And I'm just grateful for another day alive. Grateful for being on this planet still after all these years, working up to my birthday in 5 days, and can't wait to celebrate with all of you. All right, so let's go into our hearts while people are finding us. Just take a breath. Oh, that's so beautiful, Kathy Hand. I love that. Good morning, Auntie Jean. Good morning, Julie Kiss. All right, hand on the heart. We're going to slow down the breathing. So just take that breath in slowly and fill your lungs up completely. Feel the awesomeness of that oxygen going into your lungs, feeding your body what it needs. And then relax that out slowly and fully out of your lungs. Let go. Release tension. Release anxiety or anything else going on around you. And let's breathe in again. I love doing this together with everyone. It really raises it even higher than if I were doing it by myself. So breathe in. Good morning, Annie. Good morning, Jim. Breathe it in and fill your lungs. When you think you can't take any more in, breathe again. Keep breathing it in there. Hold it. And release. Do it with a sigh. For some reason, that seems to make a difference. So, all right, we're going to do it again. And this time, when you fill up your lungs, fill it with love. Just envision a beautiful golden ray of love coming right into your heart and sprinkling love sparkles all in your heart. And think about somebody that you are grateful for. Hold that person. Give them a big hug. Send a hug out to the one that you want to honor today and show respect to. And then release. And then we do the heart mind to the divine that our beautiful Blue Jean has taught us. So same thing, same process. Breathe into your heart. And just envision now that energy is traveling up, up, up to your mind And then let it go up to the divine. Up and out is what I like to say, because there really is no up or down. There just is. And so we connect in from our heart center to our beautiful brain, mind, energy, and then to our creator. And then we can really feel that gratitude, can't we? So when you do that, our fourth step is to put a smile on your face. And our Marietta teaches us that a smile means spirit magnifies incredible loving energy. So smile out to the world, smile to yourself. Give yourself a hug and a smile and say, thank you, thank you, thank you that I am here and I'm alive and everything is working perfectly. And we have beautiful family filing in here. So let's see, who didn't I say good morning to? Jim, hello and welcome in. Thank you for being here. Sally and Tony, hello. Thank you for sharing. Deirdre, hi, darling. Thank you for sharing. Good morning, Brookie and Dylan and sweet baby Max. There's our blue Jean. She had to come in to see what we were saying about her, I'm sure. So look at that. We have our pair of jeans this morning. I am so happy. And Catherine Kovacs, good morning, darling. Good morning, Hope Wellington Marshall. Oh my goodness, how's everybody doing? What are you grateful for on this thankful Thursday? It's a day to share love and gratitude and honor each other, lift each other with love. You're frozen peas today. Oh no, Sally, tell me it's not true. Well, you know it happens, but sometimes we're just not prepared for it yet, right? So I'm hoping that it's just a passing thing and it will warm back up again for you, because we're only in August, you guys. It's not fall yet. So good morning, Joanne. Oh, thank you, Catherine Kovacs. We are grateful for you as well. And let's see, what was the message from the angels? I've been very busy. I've been up since, I think, 4 o'clock, something like that, and working on retreat stuff, working on our beautiful Think and Grow Rich class that's coming up really fast. So the angels did have a message for us. Oh, such an awesome message last night. And I think I'm going to read it. It's called Humility, a Breath of Fresh Air. And let's see, some more gratitude before I read it. Blue Jean says, grateful my buddy Jim is back in Vermont. Going to try and see him before he leaves. And it's early fall there. Well, stop it. I'm heading up that direction, and I really don't have a winter coat with me. Deirdre, the seasons have become like time. You never know. Isn't that the truth? So I look out, we'll get surprised by something, right? Good morning, Isabel. And Sally says, we go up to 88 in 2 to 3 days, but today we need long underwear. Okay. Well, we're supposed to go up to 95 here today, but it's a really nice 80 degrees outside right now. All right. So the angel lesson message from last night is humility, a breath of fresh air. Life is a long lesson in humility. That's a quote by J.M. Barrie. From our earliest days, we are taught to reach for the stars, to be ambitious, and to make a name for ourselves. Yet life has a way of gently, and sometimes not so gently, reminding us of our limitations, whether through failure, loss, or the realization that we are not as indispensable as we might have thought. These moments of humbling are not meant to break us, but to shape us. They are life's way of teaching us that true greatness lies not in how high we can rise, but in how deeply we can serve others and how gracefully we can bow to forces greater than ourselves. Dear angels, it is through humility that we learn to appreciate the wisdom of others, to listen before we speak, and to understand that every person we meet has something to teach us. I have come to realize that the people in my life are my greatest teachers. It is because of my friends that I understand more about compassion and loyalty. It is through those who attack me that I learn about judgment and disrespect. On a quantum level, neither of these is good or bad. They are simply experiences to help me on my path of spiritual growth. On the human level, emotions come into play, and there's a tendency to embrace that which makes me feel good while shunning that which stings like the bee. Dear ones, life's greatest lessons are not about achieving perfection or superiority, but about embracing your shared humanity. Humility opens the door to compassion, empathy, and the kind of wisdom that transcends intellectual knowledge. It teaches you to walk through life not with arrogance, but with a heart open to learning, growing, and being transformed by the experiences you encounter. As you navigate the many challenges and triumphs of life, we encourage you to remember that each step is an opportunity to practice humility. This contributes to a more compassionate and understanding world. In your human existence, there is a lot of complexity. Your human brain sifts and sorts through experiences and finds something relatable with each experience you have. At that point, you then have a choice. React the same way you did to your past experience, or choose a new way of responding. It is a long lesson in humility, a lesson in going beyond the fourth dimensional energy of contrast and seeing a higher perspective. If you are willing to learn, willing to, quote, not be right all the time, and open up to living a life of grace, you will find you can have a deeper, more meaningful existence. Dear angels, I promise to show grace and compassion in all my experiences. It's about having grace. It's about allowing, as our Marietta teaches us, accept, align, allow, and not thinking we know it all. Have you ever been around somebody or tried to hold a conversation with that person that just knows it all, knows everything, knows the right way to do things, and is not hesitant to share that with you? Well, I have. And it's not such a good feeling to try to hold a conversation like that because none of us know everything. None of us have all the answers. And we never will know everything, and as long as we're in this human body. When we get back into that spirit realm, then we'll see more fully. Then we will see that it was all about the lesson. It was all about having those experiences that help us to grow spiritually. All right, so let me see. If there are any comments about humility and just being? You know, like it said, on that quantum level, the little things that we think are so monumental are just little molehills. And if we can get beyond the being hurt by things that people say or do or situations, then wow, we've climbed a mountain and we've gone beyond what we thought was impossible. And yes, Jean, I do have my poncho. And Jim says, so grateful to be in Vermont, spending time with Bonnie and Clyde. Well, I bet they miss you when you're gone. And Tony said to get yourself an Eskimo suit because if it's this cold in August, you'll need one to survive the winter. Jeez. I think I'm going to get a heater that wraps around me that just blows heat out wherever I go. Catherine, I went to a new local event and it was interesting. I'm thinking about going back next month. Awesome. always get out there and learn more and grow and expand your field of awareness. All right, so what does Kuan Yin have to say about all this, and what do you have to say about it? I'd love to hear your comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts about not taking everything so personally. That's really what it's all about. When we have that mindset of, oh, it has to be this way, this is the only way, then we're just putting that restriction on ourselves and not opening up to what can be in life. Hello, Leo. Hello, Lucy. Thank you all for watching. All right. Kuan Yin says, the creative power. The mind often wants to see and know exactly what is around the corner. But to manifest, we have to give up certainty and embrace the creative process. Choosing to live creatively will bring you more joy and success than any amount of certainty ever could. Well, boy, did she just hit it right on the head, right? Because when we just release that desire or that thought process, that concept that it has to be a certain way, that we know it all, right? And there's nothing more for us to learn. When we release that, then we clear. And there's our Leo. Good morning to you. And Blue Jean went to see Mary Jane yesterday. She sends her best. The Fae are being quite funny about your message. Well, that's because the Fae do know everything. They're spirit beings. So yeah, I think they probably think it's pretty funny that sometimes us humans think that we know it all and that we have all the answers and we have the solutions and nobody can tell us anything, right? But everybody's a teacher. Everybody in life teaches us something. And if we learn that big lesson about humility, then wow, look at the possibilities. Look at what might open up for us if there's something more that we can learn, right? Okay. Well, if there's no discussion about this message, well, hello, Michelle Picormi. Thank you for watching us. So if you don't have any discussion, then let's do, first of all, a reminder that September is right around the corner, and Michelle Landers and I are going to be teaching a class on Think and Grow Rich, how to manifest, or how to manifest more quickly. And manifestation is not just about money. It's whatever you want to manifest in your life. Auntie Jean says, sometimes I am grateful to live in the desert. It never gets cold here, at least hardly ever. No storm, earthquakes, and just an occasional small flood. I know, you enjoy your desert life. Isabel, I believe humility is the way to let God in. Oh, it certainly is. That's what it's all about. You know, when I posted the blog on Facebook this morning, if you missed that, it is on my timeline, and I used a quote to put with it, and that quote is, get to it. Humility is the solid foundation of all virtues, and it was Confucius that said that. So what are some virtues? Virtues are grace, compassion, love, honor, respect, integrity. Humility fits right in there, doesn't it? When we can, and humility doesn't mean that we lower ourselves in the way that we are, we make ourselves smaller. That's not what it's all about. It's about honoring each other and seeing each other as the same. No one greater than, no one lesser than. Seeing the equality of all. And Sally, it's about letting go and creating room. Absolutely. Yeah, releasing those restrictions that we place on ourselves, those limitations, and just allowing what is to be. Isabel, it's also the hardest and what this world lacks. Yeah, if we look at the world right now and all the things that are taking place, we don't see a lot of humility, do we? We see a lot of ego, as a matter of fact, and a lot of pumping up about how how we're more important than the other guy. So yeah, we need to get back to an energy of humility. All right, well, let's see if there's any angel messages to go along with this. So angel's in my pocket, and I know our little Pocky is probably listening. Hello, Pocky, I love you. And baby Gruff, love you so much. Our little beautiful animals. So somebody choose a message, and let's see if it goes along with this whole thought process of learning from each other, of being equal to each other, of being in the quantum field where everything is beautiful and there's no judgment. There just is. There just is this wonderful opportunity to grow from each experience that we have. And Brookie says, I feel like humility allows for more presence. Yeah, it really does. For more presence of God, but also more presence in our life as like gifts that come when we open up to that. And you're absolutely right, Sally. Tremendous ego issues are coming up with so many right now. And the things that are happening in our world, the conflicts, the just this whole energetic time, especially here in the States, it's just has gotten unbelievably out of control with the ego. I'm turning to page 82, and I don't know what's going on with my throat. I think we're clearing as we're talking about this. I think the more discussion that we do about these issues, the more we're clearing out concepts and limitations and limiting beliefs and allowing in the truth. And sometimes there's a resistance to the truth. And that's what I'm feeling as my throat just feels like it's got sandpaper in it right now. And Joanne says, humility is the only way to honestly honor one another. Yes, it is. Because if we think that we're above someone else, then we're not getting it. We're not getting the big lesson, and we're not honoring each other. All right, let's see what page 82 has to say. When you are stuck in your beliefs and close off other possibilities, you put yourself in a prison of your own making. Fortunately for you, you still hold the key. Absolutely. It's all a matter of introspection, taking that time to step away, hit the pause button, and say, does that still fit? Am I still in alignment with this belief? I encourage you to do that. If you can't do it right now, take time to, at some point in this day, just go into a reflective mode. Look at some of those limiting beliefs that you have and say, does that still fit? Is that something that I totally agree with? Or can I open my mind to other possibilities? Can I open up to maybe seeing somebody else's perspective, honoring that we are all equal and we're all teachers of each other. Become a student for just a moment. Become that student that questions. A lot of times I do quote Don Miguel Ruiz, and a lot of times I refer to his beautiful teachings called The Four Agreements. If you're not familiar with that book, I encourage you to learn The Four Agreements. But that fifth agreement that he added in after he wrote the book, I know that was divinely inspired. I know that came forth after he fully got the concept of the four agreements. And then that fifth agreement just unleashes everything, because it says, be skeptical. Be skeptical. But listen. Open your heart and listen. Even if you don't, at first glance or at first hearing the message, if you don't fully resonate with it, don't just write it off. Don't just throw it out. But listen. Listen to what Spirit tells you. And I think I said this either yesterday or the day before. Instead of listening to other people, even instead of listening to me, listen to your higher self. Listen to your intuition. What is your gut telling you? What is that message? And if something that I say doesn't resonate, that not everything is for everybody, but at least listen to the words and be skeptical if it's not resonating with you, but be open. Be open to learning. Be willing to say, maybe I don't know this. Maybe I don't know all the answers. And maybe there's something here for me to glean from and to follow that thought, follow that breadcrumb, and go down a rabbit hole and explore it and see what might be there. And it might be something that I can have a further understanding about. But do that with everything in your life. Just say, does this still resonate with me the way I believe? And I love how it was explained in the message last night, because I learned this so many years ago in my training to work in the psychology field, that when we encounter something, a thought, a lesson, somebody's perspective, an experience, our brain has these little file folders, and it's everything that we've ever been taught, everything we've learned in this human experience, all those experiences that we had, that either, quote, good or bad. And the brain has a filing system. So it files all this stuff away. And then when something comes up that we may not be familiar with, it goes out on a mission and it says, oh, let me sort through this and see if there's something similar and see how I reacted. How did I respond when that came up before? And is that still my belief? That's our part. So when it comes up and it's brought to our remembrance that, oh, somebody bullied me before and I shrunk back and played small, is that still what I believe that I should do? Is that still the best way to respond if somebody's being our sandpaper and maybe pushing buttons and irritating and frustrating us? Or have I learned since that experience that I had in the past, and I know now that becoming more empowered through my spirit being and knowing who I am and what I am, then I can step up and I can emotionally, intelligently address the situation. We're constantly learning, constantly having these experiences of life every minute of every day. And if there's not a file folder for it in your brain, then there will be one that's created, and it's going to be the way you respond to that particular situation. Boy, did I go down a rabbit hole there. So, like I said, be skeptical, be open, and see if maybe there's something that you can learn and have a new experience. Address it in a different way. All right, so where did I leave off? And thank you, Sally, for picking that page because it did fit right in with what we're talking about. And Blue says, right now, folks are having to face themselves in the mirror and accept all the bumps and bruises that go along with it. Acceptance of self, front and center. We are all so beautiful. Ah, we are beautiful. Can you say that about yourself? Can you say that? Whether you're looking in a mirror or not, can you say, I am beautiful? Type it in if you can, if you mean it, because it's one of the first teachings of God that we are all created beautifully and perfectly with His design. I am beautiful. I will start it out. I am beautiful. And Sally, I'm more comfortable being humble. Yeah, yeah, because when we're humble, we don't try to put on airs. We don't see ourselves as something other than what we are. Isabel says, wow, this message fits perfectly with humility, the inside struggle. Yeah. And Auntie Jean, without humility, you will never learn anything. Oh, I love that, Blue. I am a humble heart of joy. Awesome. And I see you all starting to shine here with your I am beautifuls. Thank you, Annie7 and Sally. Yes, I'm beautiful. Yes, we are all in shadow class. Leo, I have it written on my mirror. I am beautiful. Well, when I had a mirror, when I had a place to live, I would do that. I would write it on the mirror. You can write it on a mirror with lipstick. You can write it with dry erase marker, and it'll come off. You can clean it back off if you want, or you can leave it there for you to always see those words. I am beautiful. And Sally says, sometimes I have to sit with a message for some time before speaking about it so I have a better understanding of what's being said. Less chaos that way. Absolutely. Catherine Kovacs, I am beautiful. Oh, yes, you are. Brandy, good morning, sweet one. That's all right. You're right on time. You are not late. We don't even use that word here because time doesn't exist. You're here right when you're supposed to be here. Serenity is having a bit of an autism hiccup. I think I'm me. I'm not comfortable saying I'm beautiful. Thank you, Brandy. Thank you for sharing that because that's a reality. A lot of people, you're not alone, honey. A lot of people cannot say those words. A lot of people cannot say, I am worthy or I am enough, right? Same thing. It's that self-perception. It's acknowledging that we are spirit. We're not talking about physical beauty when we say, I am beautiful, which you are. You're perfect just as you are. We're talking about you, the real, true you. Look at yourself and say that in that aspect. I am beautiful. I am beautifully and wonderfully made, and that makes me beautiful. Brookie, I am beautiful. You certainly are. And Deirdre, I am delightfully beautiful. Oh my goodness, my sweet sister in spirit, you just thrill my heart by saying those words. Thank you. And Sally, I'm just me, human flaws and all. And Blue says, I am beautiful, fair, very happy. Yay. Annie says, those flaws you're claiming make you shine bright like a diamond. You are, and we are, flawed and beautiful in our own way. Absolutely. Oh, Leo, so sweet, says, Brandy, you are beautiful. Absolutely. And Sally says, sending love to my friend Serenity and a beautiful rainbow to light her day. Oh, sweet. Thank you. See that love and compassion. See the grace. When we go into an energy of grace, everything is beautiful and there's no judgment. There's only the love we hold in our heart that we were made of and from and are. Our spirit being is pure unconditional love. And yes, Leo, the flaws are what makes us unique. And we are all unique and we're all the same. We're all connected into that field of oneness that is us. Zena has written on his bedroom mirror, I am enough. I did this about 4 years ago when we had a similar discussion, and it's a permanent marker. Oh, I love that, Hope, and I love that, Zena. Yes, I am enough. I am worthy. Let's do some of those affirmations when we go into our prayer time, which it's almost time for. All God's creatures are beautiful. Thank you, Julie Kiss. Yes, yes, and yes, we certainly are. Oh, thank you all for this. Thank you for interacting and seeing your beauty, seeing the grace that's extended in your beauty. And Catherine, the song popped into my head, Everything is Beautiful in Its Own Way. If I could sing, I would sing that song because it's one of my absolute favorite songs of all time. Everything is beautiful, and every person, animal, plant that inhabits this beautiful earth is beautiful in its own way. So if you had a problem saying, I am beautiful, think about that. You're beautiful in your own way. And when we can look at we're all the same, then see that beauty that's in us. That's the reflection of the beauty in you. And thank you. Thank you for seeing your beauty today. Sally says, I have on my mirror, you are divine power and grace. You know, when I had my mirror in my bathroom, and Leo actually saw this, I drew a heart, a big heart. I drew it, I think, with red lipstick. And I drew it so that when I walked in there in the bathroom in the morning and I looked in that mirror, my face fit right in the center of that heart. And I felt such love. So every day I would go in there and I would look at myself in the mirror and I would say, I am loved. I am enough. I am worthy. I am beautiful. I encourage you to do something that will remind you of your beauty, that will remind you of your grace. Whether you do it on a bathroom mirror, you write it on a card and put it where you're going to see it. Draw a picture and put it up where you're going to look at it. But be that person that can always see the beauty inside of you and then reflect that beauty out to others in the world. Oh, Blue, I love that. Razzmatazz, she just gave her roly-bony to Jim, and she only does that to Beautiful. Or is that to Jim, or is that to all of us, Jean? Yes, Leo, you did. You took a picture with your face in that heart, and now I know that you are writing on your mirror and saying the same thing. I am beautiful. I am enough. Deirdre, thank you for a daily prayer for all humans, for Gaia and all who live on her back, for world peace, attention to human trafficking, and support for parents of addicted children. Thank you for that. And if there's any prayer requests that you all want to add in to our long list, I keep revising it every day. So if there is somebody that you need to add to the list or take off the list or revise, just let me know and I'll change it. Okay, for some reason, you can only reply to Jim. Okay, well, there's a connection there somewhere. Leo says, yes, you inspire me to do the same. Well, awesome, because it is a beautiful way of honoring yourself every day. Okay, so let's go into our hearts. Just take a moment and breathe. The breath is the connection. And as we breathe in, I want you to breathe in love. You know, love, it has a different connotation for different people. Like I was explaining before, our brain keeps a file folder on things and references it. So anytime that we've had a thought about what love is, or how it feels, or how it looks, or how it acts, then our brain does this little thing when we say love. And for some, it might not have a beautiful connotation. But let's think about pure unconditional love, the love of God, the love of a creator that wanted us to have the very best experience as we took on our human incarnation. Think of that kind of love. Let that be your new mode of seeing that word, of hearing that word, with all that power attached to it. Our beautiful Creator's power of love. So breathe that love straight from the divine into your heart. Let it go, as the song says, straight to the heart, without bypassing anything, without stopping at the brain to process it and say, oh, that's love. I don't want to have anything to do with that. Let's bring it straight to the heart from the divine and breathe in love. Thank you, Sally, for the prayers for the lost, the lonely, the forgotten, the unloved, the homeless, and for all living in fear of another. I want to add the bullied in there, Sally. Those who are being manipulated or gaslighted or somehow trying to be made to do something that we don't want to do. So with this love that you've just brought into your heart, this beautiful golden energy, let's shower that out as you breathe and exhale. Shower that love out with love sparkles of gold. Shower them to every person that's right now gathered together and those who will watch this later on. Sprinkle that love over our prayer list, everyone that has asked to be prayed for. And sprinkle that love over our earth, every inhabitant, especially those who are struggling right now. The struggles are real. I just see rain coming down with this. There's so much energy that's being flowed out from our hearts out into the world. Just give it out. Put your hands up. Just give out love right now. Send it out through your hands, through the intention that those sparkles are going forward from your heart to every heart on the planet, every human, every animal, every tree, every flower, every crop of food that grows on the earth, all the water. Send this forward. Sprinkle that love until the whole earth is sparkling. Look at it now. Have you ever seen water that when the sun hits it just right, it's like little sparkles of light that come up from the water? See the world that way right now. Envision it with us all together. A sparkly world full of love, full of light, full of grace. Now turn your energy back to your heart. Bring that love back in there. And say with me, I am beautiful. I sparkle and shine because of the love of the divine. I am a being of love and grace. I am enough just as I am. I am worthy. I am a spark of the divine. I am beautiful. Say it again. I am beautiful. Wrap your arms around yourself. Give yourself that hug, that love that you so want to have in your life. Give it to yourself. And receive it from all of us that are sending out that beautiful, sparkly love energy right now. And we're going to do that because we've come to the end of our show. We're going to give love and gratitude to each other. I am so very grateful for every one of you. Grateful to have you in my life. Grateful to have this beautiful family that gathers together for one purpose, to love. And we did that beautifully today, didn't we? We are beautiful. So here we go. Thank you, Julie Kiss, for your prayers for all in need. And Julie's starting us out with that thank you, I love you. And Leo is going to sing to us to get us out of here. Here we go, here we go. Time to dance, doggaroos. Thank you, Annie. Thank you for being part of it. Thank you, Sally and Tony. Deirdre and Thump. Thank you, I love you. Oh, Jim, thank you for being with us today. So much love to you. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Andrea. Cheers, everybody. I hope you filled your cup up today. We are the winning team. Thank you, Brookie and Dylan and Max. What? Accept, align, allow. Keeps us humble. Thank you. I love you. Namaste, y'all. Let's go. All right, almost at the end of the song. And what do we do at the end of the song? We help Leo. We sing with him, right? There you go. Deirdre knows what to do. Annie knows what to do. Andrea's got it down. Woo! Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for loving and just being who you are and coming in every day to share of yourself and share of your love, share of your compassion. And Max said, woo! All right. I love you all. I will see you later. Stay in your heart and stay blessed and have a beautiful, wonderful, amazing day. Namaste.